Welcome to Scaredycast.
And welcome to Scaredycast.
Hey, we're on, baby.
You know,
I was mesmerized in here in our studio.
The most like professional, clean, quiet. Like this place is legit.
Yeah.
I know we're about to start an ASMR stream up in here almost.
Like I don't have to raise my voice, and that's weird.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you're just not gonna
I feel like I'm just like whispering, and it's like calm in here. There's like a cool zen. Where everywhere else, it's like I just like have to yell because there's like dogs barking and gunshots or something.
Gunshots.
Where have you been recording? Not with us.
We've been recording in the hood.
I don't know about that. If anything, where we were recording before, it was like just coyotes like running around in the streets.
You mean skinwalkers?
Jabronis.
Jabronis. Sorry, I can't say that. Yeah.
I know, but like this is great. This is probably the best place that we've done. We've been kind of drifting around.
Kelsey, where are we at?
We are at Arizona Podcast Studios in downtown, kind of central Phoenix with my boy Martin Flores. We used to work together at the Suns. He's graciously let us rent out the space. So anyone who does podcasting in the Phoenix area, or if you guys want to travel around here, this is an absolutely incredible spot. They have nice. 2 cameras. They have beautiful mixers, equipment. 3 microphones for us.
It's super clean in here. Like I said, like I got in here and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm on Allen.
He said my 2 favorite words when I walked in. He's like, drinks and snacks. Right over there. I was like, what? Drinks and snacks provided?
So
I thought you were going to say bathrooms. I thought you were going to be like bathrooms.
I mean, that's third.
Yeah, okay.
Toilet actually is the favorite word. It's AZ Pod Studio on Instagram, right? And AZ Pod Studio on Instagram.
This place is sick. Yeah.
Give them a follow.
We already are like, this is the best for sure.
Yeah, we're not leaving.
we're just going to spend the night.
This is my chair now, by the way.
You're like, actually, no, we need to make money. No, but just to give you guys an insight that's listening to our minds, when we're walking up the stairs, we're like, it's in a dance studio office area. And we're like, are we going to have to like dance to be able to like get in here?
That's
like, what is the puzzle to be able to unlock this?
But here's the twist. They're like, Kelsey, you go sit over there. Tony, Brian, dance. Then like pole drops down out of the ceiling. We're like, oh.
That you can put that on your OnlyFans, Tony.
I would totally put that on OnlyFans.
Tummy man. What is it?
But it'd have to be like, I mean, you know, it's only my tummy on my OnlyFans, so it'd have to be
just a close up.
It'd just be my belly slapping against the pole.
You know what?
Woo, how much?
You're gonna get Brian a little excited.
$25 a minute.
Oh, minute?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To watch you slap your belly on the pole?
Look at this thing. This ain't just your average belly. This is a belly.
It's a belly.
This is a dad belly.
This ain't just a belly. It's a belly.
It's a belly.
Dang. Right. That's way more than Miss Cleo ever charged.
Yeah, it's not very hairy.
Oh.
Nice and clean.
You know,
can we talk about something less scary?
It's always the first thing I wash in the shower is my belly, so it has the fresh soap on it.
Yo, get in there nice and deep black.
I get my belly button. I'm like,
Does it squeak too?
This is Scaredycast. What are we doing?
You know, I think we are wilding out because we're in a beautiful area.
Listen to how you wash your body.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, speaking of spooky, we were just at a Terror Trader event, which was absolutely amazing.
Sales from the dark side.
Sales from the dark side. Thank you so much. And we found so much awesome stuff. Unfortunately, I had to leave early, but it sounds like you guys really killed it after I left.
Oh yeah, we killed everyone. They were all dead. We killed it.
Beautiful. Yep. So that's good.
We sold like
Krampus
2 shirts.
would be proud.
It was 2 shirts, a beanie.
Yeah.
What else?
That was it.
Oh, and a pin?
We gave away a beanie to somebody because they went and picked up our
the podcast. The other podcast bought our beanie, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yes. Scarapy.
Thank you.
Scarapy podcast. Not, therapy? Mm-hmm. Well, they're called Scarapy.
Cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cute. They were cool. We might do a little collab. Yeah. We've been talking behind the scenes.
How many more people can we fit in this here studio?
At least 6.
Oh, dang.
Did you hear that?
You guys got an inside look. Yeah.
Studio coming.
Better.
Today,
faster.
A room, an office space. Tomorrow, a warehouse.
More snacks.
Oh, man.
More waters.
Oh, my God.
More bathrooms.
More snacks and more waters.
Dude, some Chips Ahoy, some Fritos, and the good.
You might have to provide those yourself.
They had candy in that room too.
I didn't see. I haven't been in there yet.
You gotta go look at the snack room.
Yeah. After the pod, we're
Brian's like, all right, we're done, you guys. I think that's it. You can follow us.
And that's a wrap.
We watched the movie, Kelsey.
What movie?
We watched Smile.
Both of you watched it?
Okay, so yes, we've been talking. When you were out sick, I was like, Brian, you'll be so proud of me. I finally watched a scary movie. And then you were out, so we didn't talk about it because we were like, no, Tony has to be here for this.
Yeah, we wanted the full cast before we like did a review.
Oh shit! I hit the mic. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh god, I messed up.
Watch that belly.
It was almost the belly. It was my titty. Sorry.
Well, you know, if you don't like the belly, you like the titty. So there's something for everybody.
Dude, don't give that shit away for free, man. You gotta start charging people for that. All right. What did you think?
Okay, so I watched Smile. I was at my friend's house, and it was just me and her. As you guys know, I do not like watching scary movies by myself.
Did you guys have popcorn?
Actually, we did have popcorn, but it was bagged popcorn.
Ooh,
so
that's okay. What else? What else?
Popcorn.
What else did you guys do?
Was this like the stereotypical two girls movie night kind of thing, like pajamas, popcorn,
pillow fights?
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Yeah! Wow, you guys
nails?
really have great insight into what happens every time.
We're lonely.
Yeah.
Give us something.
Why don't you get your wives and girlfriends to hang out together and see what happens? Stop bothering me about it, okay?
Hang out with us?
Boring.
No, but
they
we
hate
watch
us.
Yeah, they're like, I want to hang out with these
Well, I
nerds.
wonder why I'm talking this shit. Okay. Back to Smile.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Smile.
So, I remember you talking a lot of crap about it, but you said that it was reminiscent of It Follows, which I think is one of the scariest movies that I've ever seen.
I love that.
Yes, I loved It Follows, and I thought this one really followed that plot line almost.
Yeah.
Pretty until it kind of started going off the rails towards the end.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of loopholes and things that I didn't really.
There was some goofy things like we definitely get into, but I just want to clarify. I did not dislike the movie. I don't want to say like talking crap as in like, oh, I hated Smile. The main like critique that I have of it is it relies way too heavily on jump scares. And to me, that's like that. Like I said, like a good movie has jump scares. A great movie doesn't need them.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a great point because one of the creepiest things to me about It Follows was that it just was a continual thing that you really seemed like you could never stop no matter what. Yeah. It's always going to find its way back to you.
Like every minute that you're sleeping, it's somewhere walking towards you. Yeah. Like you're never, oh, dude, yeah. And personally, I really like that movie just because I had a nightmare about someone just dead face, just like not running, but just like the fact that they're not running makes it really even worse. It's like they know they're going to get you. They have all the time in the world. And it's just like, oh, what the fuck? So
like George Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Or Day of the Dead.
But like specifically you. Like, and you know that they're going to find you no matter what. And the fact that they just know, like the first scene, but the first time it happens when she's all in the chair and there's that lady just walking in the complex, like straight at her, like, oh man. And so I personally like think it's just like fantastic, but I also had a nightmare of that exact thing. And some people are like, I think Tony actually, you were like, It Follows like, not your thing. Like you just didn't really care for it. You thought it was kind of dumb.
Yeah, it was like, once you find out like how you could stop the thing from following you, I would just the whole movie. I was like, well, just go do this.
Yeah,
just go do it.
Yeah,
we could spoil it. It's like 100-year-old movie, but it was like, oh, if you have sex with somebody, it follows you after you've had sex with that person. So I was just like, just go get a prostitute. You're done.
No, but then that's the whole catch, though. If that prostitute dies, if you don't tell her, it goes to the next person in line. So if she doesn't have sex.
Yeah, but you're good though.
No.
For like a little bit. If the prostitute dies, it goes back to you anyway.
Doesn't that happen in the movie?
Yeah, it does.
A prostitute?
Like I think in It Follows, it was like towards the end of the movie, like he finally does go to a prostitute, but then something happens.
Yeah, it comes back. That's how it works. It always comes back. You can be like, now you have it and run away, but then you'll always be thinking, I wonder if it got them. Because if it gets the person that you never see again, you might just wake up dead one day.
Especially with it.
Yeah, but it's a prostitute though. She's gonna have sex with somebody else like that same day or the next day. Like,
what if
they die?
Week? Yeah, what if it's a slow week? And two with
that's
it.
That's why you go to a brothel.
What?
How many bitches you having sex with?
Go to a brothel in Vegas, then you're good. Like she's
specifically Vegas.
Well, I mean, anywhere in Nevada.
So you bang this chick.
Yes.
She has sex with one
multiple men
person.
that same day or weekend.
But it only goes to that one guy.
Huh?
It goes to the first guy. Not all of them. It goes to one guy.
But
then it's whoever he has sex with.
Yeah, but then that guy's going to have sex with somebody else because...
Well, you don't know that because he's going to a brothel, so maybe...
This guy's just banging left and right?
I mean, if you go to a brothel once, you're going to go to a brothel again.
Yeah.
Are you speaking from experience right now?
No, I'm not.
Are you a brothel
I'm just saying,
attender?
if I was the type of person that's like, I'm going to go to a brothel tonight, I wouldn't go once. Like, I'm obviously going to be going another time.
But you're going to a brothel, it's because you ain't getting any nowhere else.
Exactly.
So he smashes once, and then he's like, dope. Now, the prostitute gets it to that guy now, right? God, this is serious. I'm like,
yeah, you guys are getting, this is...
So now...
I thought we were talking about Smile, and now
I need like a chalkboard. We can just start drawing some diagrams here.
Okay.
Like,
guy goes to brothel.
This is not a pyramid scheme, Tony.
Like we're just drawing like the X's and the circles. Like when he John Madden, like, well, see right there, you're gonna have sex with her. Like
we're Shaq and Kenny.
Look, basically, man.
I'll be Charles Barkley of this. You be Shaq, and we'll discuss it following.
He's a real knucklehead. He's a knucklehead. He is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Listen,
but he is just a big knucklehead.
You go to a brothel.
It's just horrible.
You're not going there once. You're going to go twice or 3 times. All right? Get it now?
No.
You're being followed.
Yes.
You realize if I have sex with somebody, it'll stop following me. It's going to follow them.
Yes.
I know. I'll go to a brothel. You go to the brothel. You have sex with the lady of the night. Okay?
Right.
And now...
Or man. Whatever. It's 2022. Yeah.
And now their profession is, they're there for the weekend. So they're going to have sex with somebody else. So you pass it to them. They pass it to the next person.
Correct.
Now that next person's like, all right, cool. Got my thing going. So they're either A, going to go back home and they're going to have to sleep with their wife or girlfriend or husband or boyfriend or whatever because they have to make sure like everything's cool at home. Nobody catches on. Okay. So then it'll pass to her. But then they will be like, I know my husband's cheating on me because he wasn't very good in bed last night and he's just not interested.
Or he was too good in bed.
Is going to go to a brothel herself for a man and then pass it. So that it's going to be like 5 or 6 people deep.
This theory is very reliant on brothels, and I don't know how many there are in the world.
You're neglecting to mention one
in the US.
Massive thing. You only know that you have the curse
if someone tells you.
If someone tells you.
Yeah, because it could show up like looking like Brian. You're like, oh, hey, you ready for the podcast?
The second you shag somebody, the timer starts.
Are we in fucking Austin Powers right now?
Well, we started in vaudeville. We're gonna end in the 70s. Who else? Yeah, whatever. So let me run this by you. Okay, the guy goes, shit, I got this curse, man. I gotta smash a hoe.
It doesn't. Why does it have to be a hoe? You guys are like,
I gotta smash some dude.
Yeah, it could be.
I have to have sex with a human.
A person, yes.
So then he goes, all right, I'm gonna go have sex. Here's my $500, whatever. Bam.
Damn.
God, I did not need that. I did not need that.
What was
the sound effects?
Let's do ASMR with that.
That's very slow.
Look, man, I'm out of shape. All right, just give me a break here, man.
Hard
God,
and slow.
just critiquing how I have sex and how I look.
Can you stand up and give us like
No,
I don't know if I can. I can. I mean, I can. I'm able to. Don't worry, ladies.
Just to rewind really quick.
Yeah.
Remember when we were at Terra Trader and little kids were taking our stickers to listen to us, and we're like, oh my God,
we had an older lady with her little kids, and she's
Yes.
like, yeah, we'd love to listen to that. I'm like,
hey, kids and grannies, welcome to Scaredycast.
Welcome to Scaredycast. To get things back on the tracks.
I didn't like Smile.
Thank you. So what about Smile?
I still don't think you're getting the fact that the thing is going to... do you get it, though?
I get it.
Oh, I get it. You guys are just
It's unpredictable, the thing.
Yeah, and if you don't tell someone, it's going to come for you. It's going to kill you. Okay. And it always goes back up in the chain.
Is it cute?
Well,
what if you had sex with the thing?
It kills you.
I think it kills you before you have the chance.
It kills you.
But what if, like...
You're like...
Yeah.
Like trip and fall in it?
Yeah.
Like, I fuck, and then it creates a black hole and swallows the earth? Maybe. Why don't you get a curse and then fuck that curse?
Why don't you fuck your curse?
Fuck that curse.
That's how you do it.
Jeez, man.
Honestly, Tony, you have to let us know the second that you get cursed, so then that way we can see if your theory
Please don't
works.
curse me.
So anyways, Smile. All right, It Follows. That's a whole other discussion. Smile, I thought was decent. I think it borrowed from a lot from It Follows, but overall, just a lot of jump scares. Like I said, the cat food one, it's literally like a joke. She opens up a can of cat food and it's so loud and so sudden. It's like, oh, it was like a big jump scare in the theater. I'm like, oh, come on, that's just cheap. However, I do believe that the movie got better throughout. By the end, it peaked at the most that I liked the movie, if that makes sense.
Like what scene?
The last one with
okay.
It's not really spoiling now. Is it like been out for
It's been a while.
Can we spoil this movie? We're making sure the production team here at Easy Pod Studios.
Yeah, we're good. We got the green light.
Right.
There is a monster at the end, and I love to see that. I love creature features. And at first you're like, oh, what is this? It's just this crazy thing, and there's nothing there. But then these people are making smiles and then whatever. But then you get to the end, and there's that fucking just fleshy creature thing, and I was like, dope.
Passing notes.
Read to the class, everybody.
Bring the mic close.
Are you passing notes?
Hey.
Oh, look at that. He was going to put Tony B.
You can tell us. It's
Tony
okay.
B. Curse. This is actually the curse that we were
very,
asking for earlier.
Unprofessional podcast.
We're unprofessional. The production team can yell at us if they need to. I guess the mic wasn't close enough to my mouth. So here we are, everybody. I didn't like Smile very much.
Why do you got to say it so seductively?
So here's the thing with Smile. The one thing I think, though, that was working against Smile was there's been so many good horror movies this year that the bar was set pretty high.
Yeah.
Like Barbarian was fresh on the mind still when I watched it. So it was like
that movie. Like,
you better be on the level of Barbarian or else I'm probably going to be checking out of this movie.
Yeah.
Especially because Barbarian was actually very unique.
Yeah.
And it had an original plot point. So we don't really see that a lot.
Is this good now? Okay.
Yeah,
Mike's good now. And then this lady is being followed by this thing. She's figuring it all out. But it's like towards the end of the movie, she is still as scared of it as she was when she first encountered it. And it just kind of felt like if it was me, I wouldn't towards the end of the movie, I'd just be like, look, I know you're there. Like, just get out here. Like, I know you're over in the shadows.
You're like, let me fuck you really quick, just one time.
Yeah, just get out here and let me have sex with you. Because maybe that's how you go away.
Sex with you.
Yeah.
God.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's there.
But no, she was like looking like her mom and stuff. Her like dead mom. I wouldn't want to.
What? I don't remember that.
Mom kind of cute.
In Smile?
Yeah, the one that was overdosed on the bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Forgot about
I really hated the detective cop boyfriend dude.
Yeah.
Because she goes over there for help after he had already, he goes to her to try to win her back kind of,
Yeah.
And then all this shit starts happening to her. So she goes to him for help and she walks to the apartment and she's like, I really need your help. I need this, this. And his reaction to the girl he's trying to win back is, oh, it's my day off.
I mean, that's probably the most realistic part of the movie.
On top of it, he agrees to help her. And the task he was so stressing about doing because it's his day off was walk 5 feet and pick up your laptop.
It's a lot of work, Tony.
That's what he had to do. He had to walk across the room and pick up his laptop to look something up for her.
That man spends his days harassing innocent people on the streets. He cannot, he needs to
rest
his legs.
To be fair, whether it's a day off or not, sometimes I can't even be bothered to look at a text message. Or someone's like, "Oh, dude, check this." If I see
take a very long time to reply to text messages.
I'm bad. And if I see like a YouTube link, I'm like, oh, fat chance.
Like I'll be on my way to pick you up from your house and I'll text and there'll be no answer. I'm like, shit, I gotta call him.
Yeah.
I'll call like, hey, I'm outside. Like,
yep.
Okay, I will say though too, the marketing of Smile was really weird because the lady that was like so fucking scary at baseball games and in all of the commercials.
That was so cool.
That was awesome.
That was amazing. So I was really excited for the movie, and it was okay, but she gets offed. She's the first person that's offed, and so you are spending this whole movie with this character that you had no idea about.
The lady that follows the lady that was like at baseball games.
Yeah.
Follows Scaredycast on Instagram.
Well, we wanted to see more of you.
But I will say this. To be fair, they marketed Barbarian as Bill Skarsgård's in it, and we know what happens to him right away.
But he spends quite a bit of the, like more of the movie, not quite a bit, but more of the movie.
Yes, but
and
still,
he has more of a plot.
Once that's out of the way, once he's gone, you don't think about Bill for the rest of the movie.
Well, actually, you do though, because there were some people that were saying that they still, even throughout the movie, after you see his brain smashed against the wall, they still were like, "Oh, he's gonna pop up." So
maybe, but either way, I think it's weird that they did this much marketing for Smile and no one talks about it. They're still talking about Barbarian.
I guess
you guys are.
I guess Smile 2
people are
2 stars.
I know people and hear people like, oh, Barbarian, this.
2 stars.
I never hear people talking about Smile. Maybe the marketing at first, but like after, I guess it just didn't leave that much of an impression.
I will say that Smile, like I did think about it a little bit more. I was a little bit scared of it after more than Barbarian. Barbarian was just...
It was a fun little ride, but
different.
It's like you stepped off the ride and you're like, that was cool.
Yeah, like,
but like with it, you were like, oh shit, with Smile. Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
The thing I think about Smile is how mad I was when the weird hospital scene happened where she walks into the hospital. Oh, yeah. Spoilers. She walks in the hospital because she's like, okay, the only thing I can get rid of this thing is if I kill somebody. Uh-huh. And she starts stabbing that guy. And he just starts looking at her all weird and screaming. And then the doctor walks in and like the doctor rips his own face off. And I'm like, what is happening in this movie? And then it's a dream. And I'm like, all right, I'm checked out now. Like, that wasn't really happening in this movie. You looked to me right then. And then they're like, oh, that wasn't real. And I'm like, no, I don't care about your movie anymore.
Wow, he was offended. He was very offended. Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
I wanted to see that.
Like, wow, this movie just took a turn. Where's it going to go from here? Oh, it goes nowhere.
Wow.
Speaking of which, okay, once she was like, okay, I'm going to break the, We're not used to the nice things, okay? This is why we're not allowed.
I told you, we record the ghetto, man.
Well, literally, our last podcast we were sharing too, because we were at the event.
Yeah.
I'm all sitting there like leaning over. No, so... God. We're just telling all our secrets out here, so you're welcome.
We broke, we trashed.
So
please go to patreon.com/Scaredycast.
Subscribe, please, God, please.
Thank you.
We have merch.
Please buy our merch.
Please buy a t-shirt. I got keychains on the way.
And OnlyFans.
And if you want, sub to Tony's OnlyFans.
Yeah. But while I say, so once she was like determined to break the chain and she was going to kill herself, then they did this whole hoopla to go to this creepy ass house, have her weird cop ex-boyfriend follow her. And then it just is the same old shit. And it's like, okay, like now it's going to happen all over again.
Yeah.
I thought that was so pointless.
I agree. And I think overall, that's why I know, here we go again with Barbarian. It was a little bit more original, a little bit more. And there, once again, I love the creature feature. I love having a monster or a thing. When it's invisible, it's not scary to me. So when it came into like oh my God, this nasty, fleshy, like creature, I was like, okay, that's fucking creepy. Now I can see this awful horror abomination. Otherwise, it's just like, they're just people that, like, to me, it's like, that's not creepy. I mean, it's like, okay, whatever, but it's not like, oh my God. But then I see this giant fleshy creature. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, I don't know what it's capable of. And so the invisible thing was just like, oh, it doesn't really bother me. You know what I mean? But with Barbarian, it was like, oh my God, you're this monster.
Yeah. We were talking though before the cat scene at the birthday party. Can you give us your opinion on that? Because I think that was great insight. I know.
Every time I see a pet in a horror movie, I know it's going to end bad.
This whole episode is just going to be about Smile. And you know what?
No, I don't want it to be.
On top of everything else, fuck that lady's friends and family.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Holy crap. Could you surround yourself with a worse support system? Like,
they were truly terrible.
She was like just a normal person. They all know she's perfectly normal and fine. And starts going through, obviously he's going through something, but they are all like, what's wrong with you, you freak? Like,
her own husband's like, you're fucking crazy.
Yes.
What? I ain't gonna marry you. You're nuts. And then she goes back to the douchey ex-boyfriend cop who's trying to win her back. And at first he's like, you're fucking crazy. And then he's like, all right, I guess.
Like, you're better off with a monster in that cabin by yourself.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe that's
because at least that one wants to spend time with you and everything. Everybody else sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say, so, I mean, I can't take credit for this, but there's a lot of discourse on Twitter too that was talking about mental health and how this was almost like a gateway into talking about mental health and how when people are going through these things, like they do experience a lot of that isolation and people do react that way around them. So I mean,
and let's not even get started on the therapist.
Why?
She was just a bitch. It's like, you're supposed to help me, not degrade me. She was just like throwing it in her face, kind of like along what you were saying. I'm like, that's your job. Your job is to help people with, these kind of things. That's
why I loved, a lot of people hated it. That's why I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that came out this year.
Oh my God.
Because it was there's no plot in this movie. There's no story. Yep. It's just that guy. He's got a chainsaw.
Killing people.
Here's like 20 people you don't care about. He's just going to go chop them up.
Yep.
Movie's over. Yep. Thank you. It's also an hour and 10 minutes long. Even better.
Yeah.
Can I have more, please?
See, that's what I don't want. I don't want to have it like, it's too short. I wish it was longer. Like, I want a long movie of just my favorite thing, just killing people. Like, let's go for it, man. Let's
just need an in-and-out murder adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're. I feel like you're very impatient.
I am, man. Just as you get older, like when you have kids and just time is limited. Like, you're just like, let's go. Let's get to let's just go. Let's go. Like,
that's when the comes along.
It's like, then he's like,
I'm sorry, that was too fast.
No, it's like it goes like,
whoa,
beautiful,
like that.
Beautiful. I'm never going to be able to knock and not think of that, and I'm really mad at you for that.
Just going to knock on the door and think about me fucking the door.
Jesus Christ. That's like that's the secret now.
I'm home.
Oh, God. All right. I don't want this. We've probably used most of our time talking about this.
Oh, man. Dan from Down Under. Plug your kids' ears. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting Dan from Down Under has kids.
You just said that now?
He's listening to every episode.
After they know. Yeah, that's true. He knows what he's in for.
They don't know what this means. Like, they just think we're clapping.
Yeah. We're just, we're just mommy and daddy doing the special hug.
Jesus. Brian.
Sorry.
You know what?
Yeah.
Somehow that creeped me out the most out of anything that we've said.
Come on. Whatever. All right. So I want to talk about a movie I saw.
All right. Let's hear it.
Let's move along.
Hellhole.
Speaking of... Okay. What's that about?
Go ahead. Continue.
Well, I mean, he was talking about...
You were going to make it dirty.
No.
That wasn't even me. Hellhole.
Absolutely.
Hellhole.
Netflix.
Okay.
I don't think they made it. Maybe they did. I don't know. It's on Netflix. Polish horror movie. Now, if anyone listening has played Resident Evil 4, I got heavy Resident Evil 4 vibes. So if you like that game, you like that story, whatever, totally this. Story is, there's a monastery. 7 women have disappeared in the area, and the police department gets an anonymous tip that there might be something going on at the monastery. So a cop goes undercover, disguises himself as like a friar or whatever. Like he has like he's like a Catholic priest.
Like in Robin Hood?
Yeah, no, straight up. They wear like the brown robes and like no electricity.
Bear, like Brother John. What's his name?
Little John?
Little John.
In Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Robin Hood? Yeah.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the board.
Laughing back and forth about the other night to say. Reminiscing this, that, and having such a good time. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
I'm very impressed that you guys know that.
The Fox version of Disney Robin Hood is one of the greatest movies ever made. Yes.
Let's be Robin and Little John for Halloween next year.
I was like, why not this year? Oh my God, it's December. Jesus.
Oh, you can be Maid Marian.
Heard it here first. Here we go.
Or was her name like Madam Cluck?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna yelling at everybody. That's actually probably better.
Then she takes the football and she's like pushing the rhinos over and shit.
Flag football champ over here. Let's go. Actually, that's probably better.
I love that movie. God, it's one of the best movies ever. King John, the one. Okay, now where are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Okay,
Hellhole.
Yes.
Mommy. Oh shit! Shout out to Disney's Robin Hood, one of the best movies.
Oh man,
I miss animated films like that,
dude.
Like
I know, right? The hand drawn. So, anyways, I hit it. I hit the mic. It was my turn.
You know
we
what?
hit on the line.
Okay, now we all see. Look, this is why we're a team.
Shit.
What's our time?
Hellhole.
Producers.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes.
Oh, 30
That's it?
minutes. Okay, hey.
I was just saying.
Tell me all about this hellhole.
So anyways, this cop disguises himself as a friar, as a father, whatever.
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck. Oh yeah! God damn it! I fucking love that movie, man. It's so good. They're so cute. The little rabbits and the
About to go home. Martin, come in. What's
Four
up for me?
o'clock in all's well.
Watching that movie when I get home tonight.
Me too. Hey, you want to come over?
It's only like 70 minutes too. It should be short.
So you won't get bored.
God.
Tony's just
Okay.
okay. Dressed as a
God,
friar.
I can't. Yes. Okay. So he gets
We're
in
never
there
getting through this movie.
and
yet.
realizes that there is something going on,
Warm.
and the all the rest of the monks and whatever are like, we bring these people here to perform exorcisms, and so you're like, okay, weird,
Okay.
but maybe that's it's a monastery.
Into the monastery.
Yes.
So it's not abandoned. It's people are there.
Right.
Okay.
All these like old friar dudes with no electricity. They all eat like out of like these like cast iron bowls, like super poor. It's like stones and torches and shit.
Okay.
But they literally like walk around with their hands on their thing, and it's like an asylum almost. And you're like, what the fuck? So this cop's like, yeah, I'm totally just one of you guys. But he's like snooping. They're like, oh, we don't leave our rooms at night. So and then you're like, oh.
So the first thing he's going to do is leave his room.
Of course. So he's I'm out. Yeah. So he gets out and discovers a much deeper plot and nothing is what it seems.
Like a plot within a plot?
Oh.
Plotception?
I did kind of predict it, which I usually don't do. I'm usually pretty bad at like seeing things coming.
Oh, perfect. So that makes me really want to watch it.
But I was like, oh yeah, that's super predictable. And I was like, oh wow. I was surprised I was right.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh shit, okay.
Dude, I've had that happen before to me once.
What?
It was insane too. So we were watching.
Swear to God, if you say Robin Hood.
No, I'm not. We were watching the third Triple X movie.
Oh, God.
They made 3?
What?
Now remember, Triple X was with
I feel
Vin
like you're
Diesel.
probably one of 5 people that watched that movie.
Triple X was Vin Diesel. Triple X 2 was with Ice Cube. And then Triple X 3, Vin Diesel came back. And there was a part in Triple X 3
I don't remember
where
that.
like Vin Diesel and his team are like pinned down.
He's got a team now?
Yeah, they had like a team of people and they're fighting bad guys. There's too many bad guys. They're pinned down. And I said to my wife, we're watching. I'm like, oh my God, what if like Ice Cube showed up just like on the roof and just started blowing everything up and like just said a one-liner. And literally that happened. Like right there. I stood up in the living room. I was like, yeah! I was so excited.
He was like, fuck the police. Shoots a missile right into a bunch of cop cars.
There's nothing better than like just predicting in your brain something absurd in a movie and then it happens. Like,
yeah, well,
like,
this one wasn't like absurd. I was just like, oh, I wonder, because I was like, the whole time he's investigating, this monastery. And so I was kind of like, you're going along with him, like, yeah, what clues is he going to find? And then I was like, oh. But the reason why I say it's a lot like Resident Evil 4 is you have a cop that's meant to investigate missing women, missing people. And there's like a whole religious thing to it. And you're like, oh, this is fucking creepy. This is a weird ass cult.
Automatically makes it, creepy.
But I will give, and on a spoiler, no, you know what? I don't want to say. I'm just going to say it's worth a watch.
It's worth?
Yes.
You said it's a Polish movie?
Yeah, I watched it in...
was it dubbed? Did you dub it
with
over?
With Polish audio, English subtitles. Yeah.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
so subtitles.
Yes.
I can't do dubs. No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, I think we started because I was eating Chipotle and I had to keep looking down, and so I couldn't read the subtitles. So I think I switched it to English for a while until I was done eating. But the original audio is what you want, especially because it's in Polish. It makes it even more like when they're saying, "Oh, well, I don't want to give that away." It's just it actually was really good. I was surprised. And man, this cop goes through some shit. It, like I said, it's very Resident Evil 4 vibes. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know what I'm talking about, watch this movie and you'll be like, "Oh, for sure." But overall, I think hellhole, pretty cool. It was neat. I would like for you guys at some point to watch it if you ever do and be like, oh yeah, because I don't know anybody else that watched it, but I think it was pretty good.
Did Caitlin watch it with you?
She did.
What did she
enjoyed
think?
it.
She liked it
she's
too?
weird. She's very weird.
Okay.
She'll love something and then something I'm like, oh, this is everything about this is you. She'd watch it and be like, I hated it. I'm like, okay.
Well, next time if you just think it and don't tell her, and then if she likes it, then you'll know.
But sometimes it's like 10 out of 10. I'm like, this is you. And she's like, oh, that was awesome. I'm like, thank you. Like Barbarian, I was like, oh, you're going to love this. She loved it. But then I was like, you want to watch House of a Thousand Corpses? This movie is ridiculous. And I was like, after the end of it, I was like, wow, that was weird. And she's like, oh my God, I loved it.
Is that the Rob Zombie movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, why do you love that? But you don't love other good horror movies that I've showed her. I'm like, I love this. And she's like, yeah, it's boring. And I'm like, no. Oh, man.
I feel like I tapped into something here.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Do you need to lay on this couch instead? Me and Tony.
So it all started back when I was.
Okay, so Hellhole. So what would you give it? Stars. So you gave Smile 2 stars.
Oh,
Hellhole,
man.
what would you give?
Probably.
I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
He's going to say 3.5.
Wait,
he doesn't do halves, remember?
Oh.
He doesn't do halves.
Yeah, you know I don't do halves.
He's going to say 3.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
I give it a 4. Out of 5.
Oh, what? 4?
Boo.
Damn, all right.
Wrong.
If it was out of 10, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8.
How long is this movie?
Good question. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's a great question for everybody.
I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Like, there's times when I'm like, God, this movie's long. It's dragging. But like, I don't care. If it's like, it looks interesting, I'm into it, I don't even notice the time. You know what I mean? There's sometimes where I'm like, I just want like a quick 60-minute, like, in and out, boom, bam. But if I'm like, I want to watch a scary movie, I don't care. If it's good, I'm along for the ride. Even better. It's more of a good thing. Why would I not want that, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, so watch Hellhole on Netflix. I would love to get some feedback. If anybody else watched it or watches it, that would be great. What else?
I had some disappointing news today.
Oh,
I put a poll on our Instagram
yeah.
asking where we should do our next episode of Scaredycast.
Oh, yeah, I
Which,
saw
for
that.
anyone who's not familiar, what is Scaredycast?
Scaredycast is a show on YouTube where we go and visit weird locations, haunted locations, check out weird stuff, watch it
Yeah.
before it watches you.
Yeah, I don't know which camera I'm looking at.
Uh,
Tony's installing a camera in your house right now.
And I said,
No.
do we go look for more ghosts again? Do we look for UFOs? Do we look for a cryptid?
Mhm.
Or do we just go check out something weird? There's a tie, UFOs, and just go someplace weird. So
Why is that sad?
I was like, I know of a weird place that I've been waiting for. Santa Claus, Arizona.
Santa Claus, Arizona.
Santa Claus, Arizona is up by Kingman, Arizona, and was a little town for Christmas. It was like a Christmas town.
Okay.
There was a Christmas themed post office. It was an actual post office.
Like
that
people
worked.
live there, or it was only open during Christmas time?
It was open all the time.
People live there?
I don't know if people live there. It was just like there's like a little train you could ride on that was like Christmas. There was a post office that actually worked. There was a restaurant. It was just kind of like that. It was like
This
a little,
is really creepy.
like a
I
little.
don't know
It was
why.
just like a little like tourist thing on the side of the road.
Okay.
But it was Christmas themed, and I was like, oh my god, we got to go there for Scaredycast in December. I can't wait.
Mhm.
Gone.
Gone.
Well,
Like
It had,
no
like-
remnants.
it had stopped in the 90s, but the buildings were still there. Like the signs, it says like,
So it was like a
Welcome-
ghost town. Could we go and like
yeah,
investigate?
it was like a ghost town. But
There's
apparently,
Los Angeles?
as of January of this year, it's completely gone.
Are you
Like,
sure
love
it was ever there?
Like the abandoned buildings were torn down and removed. Like there's
Aw.
nothing there anymore.
What?
Yeah.
All the Santa stuff is gone?
So now I don't know what to do.
Maybe we.
Well,
Oh, you know what? Maybe
if
our quest is to
only-
try to find where it went.
If only we lived in a state
Ooh.
full of abandoned and weird places.
Fuck, we're so fucked.
Yeah, fuck. I'm
All
fresh
right.
out of ideas.
But you know what though? That sounds really. This is like really
Should we
mysterious
just
to
go
me right now.
anyways?
Yeah.
What
What
if
if we
we
go
empty
and
lot?
once we get to like a certain point, then all the Santa stuff just all of a sudden appears
Oh,
again?
shit.
God,
I was just
did it?
listening. I was listening to a story on a podcast about these people that were on a family trip and they took an exit to go stop at a diner, but everyone in there and everything was like around like the 50s. Everyone was dressed like the 50s, and they're like, "Fuck, this is super weird." And like the way they were talking and like the poodle skirts, everything. They're like, "Okay, this is kind of cute, like a little
Maybe
themed
it's like,
thing."
yeah.
Yeah. But then they went outside and all the cars looked old, and they're like, "Wow, they really take this pretty seriously." They continue on their journey, and they're like, "When we go on the way back, we have to stop there and get gas." Super cool. What a crazy place. They go back to the same place and it is gone. Never happened.
Wait, what's the timeline in between?
A couple days, like a week later, after they were coming back on their trip, that exit was just like nothing. There was no buildings, no cars, nothing.
Were they like eating shrooms in a forest or what? What was their trip before this?
I don't know, but they had it was like a family with kids and everything. So I don't think they were just
I don't trust those kids. Yeah, those kids are stoners. Reefers.
But for real though, like how crazy. But it was like all four of them experienced it. So it wasn't just like, oh, the husband had this and the wife was like, you're crazy.
Just a gas leak.
All of them. Yeah. I'm
gonna put this clip of you telling this story. I'm gonna put it on TikTok and see if anybody else knows what it is.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like a total loss of time. They just realized like what happened then?
What was that movie? Pleasantville?
There was
like that? Pleasant Town.
That's Pleasantville.
Pleasantville?
Pleasantville.
Wasn't it kind of like that?
What was that other one with the weird alien kid that we just talked about? Where they
Mac and Me?
Yeah, Mr. Red. No, the one where they're driving around and it's like all the houses look the same.
Oh, Vivarium.
Oh.
God, that movie creeped me out.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so where did you read this at?
I didn't read it. I heard it. It was a story on a podcast.
Oh, it was a story on a podcast. Shoot, now I want to know what the backstory of this was.
And this is not the only time. This is not the only story I've heard like that, where these people go have this big experience, and then like they leave, and when they come back, like it's gone. It's like, well, we saw people, we talked to people.
We just heard one right now.
We ate. It's like, where did this go? What happened to this place? We all experienced it. It wasn't just like a random, like a seizure or somebody hallucinated or something. It's like all four it was like two kids and then the parents, and they all ate food. Like, how do you explain that? And of course, every time you tell someone about it, they're going to be like, I'm fucking crazy. Never happened.
Now.
That's nice.
I love
we got a countdown.
Oh my God, the countdown.
We're on the clock.
Hey, we still got 17 minutes, y'all.
Dude,
what do you want to talk about now?
We're in cruise control, baby.
I got scared today.
Scared?
I got scared.
Tell me.
So, I was sitting at home, and
I got scared today.
I had chocolate milk today.
And I was scrolling through TikTok, and I was on the Scaredycast TikTok, and the algorithm is obviously on spooky shit.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people who post like spooky footage, ghost investigating and stuff. And anytime one pops up, dude, I just scroll right past it. Like, go away. Like, go away.
But yeah, you make us go on ghost hunts all the time.
I was home alone. Well, it's because we're all together. I wouldn't go do it by myself. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys go home to people. I go home by myself. So think about that next time.
You always have doggies and cats and birds and
birds.
Animals fluttering around.
She's like, she wakes up in the morning, and all the birds flying through the window and land on her and shit. You are Snow White.
That's my own acid trip. That this is people.
Deer are in coming through her front door.
What can I say?
But yeah, I just got like a little scared because I saw like a little clip and I was like, no.
So you didn't even watch the clip and you got scared?
No, I'm not going to watch the clip.
That was one of the worst stories you ever told.
I need to know what you're following because that's all I want to watch on TikTok. I will literally sit in bed and just scroll through like.
If you go on our, just log into
serial
killer TikTok. I'll give you a login and you can just go on the Scaredycast TikTok.
Wait, oh yeah.
You know what? And then maybe you can stitch them and stuff since you like watching it. So you can
it's
react.
It's just gonna be me and like a picture of like my double chin. just like
The Scaredycast TikTok algorithm is basically like haunted places, spooky shit, big titty goth girls.
Oh, all your favorite stuff.
I was gonna say these are a few of my favorite.
It's like bacon, pancake, and eggs. Like, oh my goodness.
You're like, I guess.
But yeah, I was actually watching one of those scary videos.
I don't like watching them all. I get scared.
Dude, there's one guy.
But please watch our stuff. Thank you.
Yes, please.
You know how like
our stuff's not that scary though. Ours is fun.
Not yet. Not until this one summons a jabroni.
I was thinking about us doing a
episode
of Scaredycast where we go look for the Mogollon monster.
Please.
But we don't. We go out there with just no plan. We just show up.
I don't like that.
Like we just
That's how people get lost and you never hear from them again.
Come on, we're not going to get lost. We got GPS, everything.
Bullshit, my GPS wasn't even working downstairs here.
That's
right now.
It's an iPhone.
Yes.
What kind of podcast studio you guys running here?
They're like, actually...
What podcast studio?
Oh my God. We had to drive 4 hours out of town to get to this studio. But we're just on a couch in the desert. And we're all on peyote.
With a cactus cat.
Whoa.
The cactus cat. Did you listen to last week's podcast?
Yes, I did.
You didn't. You were sick.
He didn't. He's like, cactus cat?
You were sick, cat. Yeah, you would know.
Oh, the cactus cat with the branched tail?
And what else?
Yeah, what else?
What else did that thing have?
It's easy to say branch tail when you say cactus
Listen, I don't remember this morning, let alone a week ago, okay?
These motherfuckers are cutting cactus and then letting it ferment and then chugging that shit and getting drunk off cactus juice.
What?
And then they howl into the night and all the ladies go,
They go, no,
is that some saguaro?
They go, meow, meow.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
They cut the thing and it attracts the ladies and then they come.
And then
they come.
Well, you got to be a cactus cat.
Whoa!
And then they fight. And then they fight to the death.
The males fight each other?
No, the girls fight each other. Remember?
Oh, for the males?
That's how I said I know that's fake.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's how I know this is fake.
Because why would, once again, proving the point, why would girls fight for
This
for
is just
guys?
nature. That's how nature works. Watch David Attenborough.
It's just science.
Okay.
David Attenborough's drinking cactus juice?
The
Dude, it's crazy. Listen to the podcast if you haven't the last week. The very end of it, I explain the cactus cat.
I think the title of that podcast is The Cactus Cat.
So ridiculous.
But you wouldn't know because you didn't listen.
I did know because I listened to it. And then I was like, I'm going to give the title The Cactus Cat.
I know. I titled it.
Gee whiz.
Anywho,
we're in a real studio, you guys, because don't put that on us.
oh yeah, no, we're not cursed or crazy or anything.
They're like, don't
Maybe
bring
a
us
little
into
crazy.
your weird shit. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, hold on a second, you're never
First
coming back here
time,
again.
Last time. Yeah. Let's see. We talked about. There's one other thing. Oh, your story.
Oh, I do have a story.
Speaking of hallucinating,
Ooh.
this is nuts.
Okay, so I mean, kind of going back to the theme of what we were talking about of, mental issues and things like that. This woman has this really crazy story. So what the tweet says is diagnosis made by hallucinatory voices. The overview is woman hears voices asking her to get a CT scan before they claim she has a brain tumor. Her psychiatrist, I can't read, orders a scan to reassure her, but they actually find the tumor. So if you guys would oblige, do you want me to read this? It's a little long.
So she had
Or
voices?
do you want me to just give you an overview? We only have 12 minutes, so maybe just give an overview.
Voices in her head were saying, hey, go get a CT scan.
Yes.
Okay, so this woman had never had any kind of health issues, whether physical or mental. So she's never had a history of mental illness. She's never had a history of even physical illness. But one day she just started hearing these voices in her head, and it was saying like, get a CT scan, get a CT scan, saying all these things. So she goes to her doctor. Her doctor automatically is saying, this doesn't sound right. I don't think this is happening. Refers her to a psychiatrist. She's talking through it. And she's just like, well, you don't have any of the physical signs, like no headaches, no blackouts, whatever the signs are for having for neurological disorders and especially brain tumors. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to send you back to the doctor. I'm going to request that you have a CT scan because there's no other reason why you would be hearing like hallucinatory things, but just for your own like sake of mind, like your peace of mind.
Yeah.
Of course, insurance and doctors, they're fighting it out, blah, 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 whatever. Eventually, she's able to get it approved. So this makes me think she's probably not in the US. But anyways, they get it approved. They give her a CT scan and she has a fucking brain tumor. And they're able to automatically, like they get her in the surgery. And once she's like out of surgery, recovers, the brain, like whatever her voices say, like, thank you. Like, I'm glad you're okay. And then like leave. And then she never hears another voice again.
Dude, you know what I think it was? It was a tumor.
No. After
not
it was
a tumor.
gone, she still heard it.
Yeah, I know, but
It's not the tumor.
It left a voicemail, like in her brain.
Like, hey, thanks for letting me visit.
Exactly.
If you're reading this, I am already been removed. I'm glad that I told you. No.
Just like a will from a lawyer.
Some people say guardian angel. Some people will say...
Like maybe like
what if it was like that movie Malignant?
Ghost or like, yeah, that's crazy.
Remember that movie Malignant?
I feel like that went into my repressed memories because it was so scary.
I'm not gonna say nothing more because y'all gotta watch Malignant.
Is that the one that got like crazy
no.
at the end?
The thing.
We talked about this.
The thing that
it.
is like behind the guy.
Yes.
No.
The girl though. That's
No,
the
no.
malignant. What?
You're thinking of like one of those movies, but I know what you're talking about, but it's not that. This is a girl.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That movie,
if you've seen Malignant,
I feel like I'm in like a
no. Malignant's one of those movies where it's like if you've seen Malignant, you know you've seen Malignant. Like, just trust me on that. Like,
yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So
we talked about it on the podcast before because you said I had to watch it. And I watched it and I was like, yo.
Kelsey, you need to watch Malignant.
I feel like I have.
You guys see Malignant? Okay, everybody's got to see Malignant. Y'all got to watch Malignant.
Mm-hmm.
You guys like if you like Barbarian, kind of like, whoa, what the hell's happening? This movie kind of
you know why I think I've seen this is because I always saw this pop up on like the what to watch.
Yeah, it was on
like,
HBO Max and like a bunch of stuff. And it was
yes.
like,
That
okay, so no, I have not seen this one.
It was good. What's the other one that I keep? Malevolent. I always confuse those two.
Maleficent?
No, not that one.
This is very confusable.
Don't bring this back to Disney, pal.
Macklemore. Oh, no.
We're gonna get like DMCA'd. Disney's gonna find us, and
man, fuck Disney. No, I'm just kidding.
now they're definitely gonna find
on
us.
The list too, just like
I know. For anyone who is new to listening, Brian finds some way to have a new group of people be offended. Every first it was like Post Malone and his people.
Off Post Malone. He told me he left a really
he did
vocal angry voicemail.
I don't think he can get angry. I think he's just so high all the time.
He was like, yo, dude, fuck you.
He's like, hey, man,
like,
it's really not cool.
Then there was, God, the list is so large.
Zach Baggins for sure.
Well, I don't want to speak on that one just yet, but they're have another
coming
topic
for you,
I
Zach
wanna bring
Baggies.
Up. Baggies?
Yeah, Zach Baggies, we're coming for you. We're the new ghost hunting crew in town.
Bitch. I think there was a girl,
Jesus.
too. There was, and basically everyone off of the Bigfoot, Finding Bigfoot, all of them. That whole show sucks. God. Mountain Monsters, keep it going.
Brian is just trying to
back off about Mountain Monsters, all right? I love Mountain Monsters.
I didn't say you have to, you can love it.
Dude.
It's just not good.
Monsters is so wild.
That's almost worse than just saying that it's bad.
Did you ever see the episode of Mountain Monsters where one of those like hillbilly dudes gets...
Which one? They're all hillbilly dudes.
Okay. They're chasing down a psychic Bigfoot, and this psychic Bigfoot takes over his mind. And he's running, and they lose him, and they don't know where he's at, and they find him, and he's naked with a totem pole, and he's running around the lake. His name's Huckleberry. They're like, Huckleberry, what are you doing? He's like, ah!
You tell me.
Hunkle or Huckle?
Huckleberry.
Huckle.
You tell me that you want to take that show seriously when there's a Huckleberry, a naked redneck running around a lake with a totem pole saying that a psychotic...
Mountain Monsters is like if the guys from Duck Dynasty decided to go look for Bigfoot.
I feel like that should be a hit. I feel like you should like that because you like noticeably bad things.
Noticeably bad things? Like
Sleepaway Camp. You guys love that movie. It's so
I love it because it's bad though. Which is why you're allowed to like Mountain Monsters.
Permission.
But to me, it's like, this is just furthering all those guys are kooks. Everybody that believes in that shit is just all crazy rednecks.
I can't wait for a psychic. Yeah, I can't wait for psychic Bigfoot to infiltrate your brain.
Yeah, man.
Me too.
You're like, ooh.
Dude, I got your socks on right now, dude.
We need to come up with a name for you then.
On that. He's like a skater.
Ooh.
You want a close up of those socks?
Some skating.
No, you got to put your foot up in the air.
Thrasher Meg, you gonna do it?
Show your ooh.
Whoa. Dude, you're flexible.
I was not expecting that.
I can go more.
No, you can't.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Let's see it. You went to the chiropractor today, right? So you're kind of limber.
He's all loosened up now.
You moved the mic. Here we go. I know some of y'all probably listening to the audio version of this, but you're going to want to go to our YouTube.
It is
and
impressive.
See the video of this because Brian has his leg up behind his head right now.
I ain't got that. I ain't that limber, pal. All right.
He was so good to say no.
This is the first time this is going to happen in the studio here? Or?
This is how we're going to do it from now on.
Well, this is a dance studio, so I'm sure they got legs and arms flailing all over the place.
They don't actually dance here. That's been established. Yeah.
Hey, dude. Dang. Rescued.
So for anyone who is looking for a surprisingly limber Bigfoot enthusiast,
you might be surprised.
We got you.
I got 2 words for you.
Jesus Christ, I hate you. I You know what? I'm usually not at a loss for words when it comes to us going off the rails. And today has been
That is
wild.
my goal. That is my goal to just like when there's like people. I love making people feel uncomfortable.
Well, you probably are just used to it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Doesn't bother me. Being normal sucks.
So that's why you just stretch in random places.
Yeah. Well, and dress like this, be like this. Look at me. I'm half Bigfoot.
Okay. Well, like I was saying, if you want to find Bigfoot, especially a psychedelic or what is it? Not psychedelic. Maybe it's like a tie-dye.
No, psychiatrist Bigfoot.
No.
He's like
psychopathic.
What's cool?
Psychopathic?
No.
Did you imagine psychedelic Bigfoot?
Psychiatric.
What
What I
word?
seen in
Psychological.
the movie.
No. Like what is telepathic?
Psychic?
Psychic?
Psychic. Oh yeah, he's right. We're making it way too hard. It's just psychic. Jesus.
What is every other version of this word except for the word that we're looking for?
Right.
Well, if you want to find a psychic Bigfoot,
yes,
we got to come up with a name that can rival that of Huckleberry. What can we have?
Like me?
For you, yes, so that you can be the one that he
man.
infiltrates your mind.
Okay.
And go run around naked in the forest.
So he is a redneck. I don't know, maybe like what does he attract? Why would Bigfoot?
Well, which Bigfoot are you trying to go for?
Whatever psychic one this is. I don't know.
Sexy psychic Bigfoot.
Ooh, a sexy one.
Like Naughty Nina or whatever. And she's like with the crystal ball and the number on the bottom of the screen, and she's like psychic.
Naughty
like
Nina?
What was that? Long Island?
Cleo?
Maybe.
Miss
Something
Cleo?
like Maybe.
Miss Cleo?
Yeah.
You call her Naughty Nina?
It sounds like a porn name. I don't know. That's all I remember.
We got 2 minutes left. We got to wrap this up.
Okay.
We have 2 minutes and 50
We're
seconds.
coming back next episode and we're unlocking this Naughty Nina, Miss Cleo debacle.
Whatever. It was before my time. All right.
Clearly it's not because you had a lot of details with the crystal and the numbers.
I just threw a name out. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll go by Naughty Nina. And then I'll get Psychic Bigfoot.
I don't think that's what you're going to get if you go by... You're going to get something, but not Psychic Bigfoot.
You never know.
Well,
Huckleberry works.
Actually...
I'll be your Huckleberry.
You're going to get Huckleberry in your DMs. Ask you, what's up, Naughty Nina?
Especially after that stretch. I'm Naughty Nina. Look at my socks. Ooh.
Maybe, okay.
I'm going to take a picture of that stretching and put like a 1-800 number.
I think there is a scene. Oh.
1-800 Naughty Nina.
But then let me get like a hot, like...
You don't have to be alone. Pick up the phone.
Naughty Nina.
There is a scene in American Werewolf in London where he's watching TV and he's alone and he's bored.
That's
The night before, or like the day before he turns into a werewolf, and he's watching. I think Naughty Nina was the.
Don't try to
No.
Get your way out of this.
I need to check this, but he's like watching TV, and it's like her story, and it's like her on like 60 Minutes, but she was like. It's like her story, and I think that was her name. And I think that's why that one came to mind.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will find out. We're going to do some research after this.
Okay,
we have a minute and a half. Tony, we have some really exciting news.
We do.
Coming up.
December 16th, 17th, and the 18th.
Boom.
Right here in downtown Phoenix is the Winter Horror Fest.
Horror Fest.
Horror.
Horror
Let's
Fest.
one more time. HORR. Horror.
I can't say that.
Horror.
For a fucking
Horror.
scary podcast, I can't say that word.
You wish.
Okay, so what is going to be our role there? How can people get tickets?
Man, they can go to winterhorrorfest.com to get your tickets. There's going to be movie screenings. There's horror celebrities there from The Exorcist, Land of the Dead, the makeup and a special effects team from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. We're going to be there.
And multiple other ones.
There's going to be food. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be drinks, if you know what I mean. They just announced there's going to be a bar there that night. We're going to be there just hanging out, doing our thing. You can come by. We're going to be doing a live podcast. We're going to be doing a ghost investigation. winterhorrorfest.com. Get your tickets.
And also, just really quick, you can follow us. Scaredycast.com takes you to our link tree, everything that you need. I think Brian was wrong.
Also, no, right here, News of the World is what the TV show was called in America. American Werewolf in London. It was called News of the World, and it's Naughty Nina. It's Nina Carter. It's a real thing. Look it up.